society, we have responsibility. Responsibility towards our next generation. शायद हम सब उस लेवल तक वो रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी एज अ पेरेंट होके निभाते हैं बस. आज I have with me a progressive visionary with a liberal outlook towards education. A woman with a vision of transforming education and enriching students' learning experience through tech integration, social emotional learning, and greater student engagement. An alumni of Lady Shri Ram College and IB qualified. Miss Shalini Nambiar. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you.
We at IMA also do some sort of upskilling and training. IMA is a non-profit organization which is working for the training of, basically it started as working for the training of corporate employees. But now we are associated with a lot of colleges to upskill the students also. So in some way, even we are imparting training for students. In this podcast, I would like to know your journey from airlines to education.
So it's, I've said it many times, actually it's very interesting. So वही होता है, अच्छे मार्क्स आए तो डैडी ने बोला इकोनॉमिक्स करो. And that was not the subject I wanted to do, but still because, those times it was decided by
the parents.
And by the parents, no aptitude was tested. So yeah, I did economics, and after that I really didn't come to study. So I hopped on to, there was an interview in the college and I joined the airlines. Then of course I got married and things started moving, and then I had my daughter. I had to start looking for a school, and I found the principals very scary. And I used to always take my money, mera bacha hai, to mera interview le rahe hain.
Right.
So I thought the best way to change the system is to enter into the system. And I did not have any teaching qualifications, nothing at all. एक keyboard आता था बजाना बस. और उससे मुझे I joined in 1993 as a music teacher. And a music teacher की जो हालत होती है, मतलब because everybody thinks, they don't do anything.
Right.
So you're just shunted from one class to another. But I looked at it as an opportunity to interact with kids, to love them, to grow. So that's how I landed in education.
So from a forced profession, you have moved to your passion, I should say.
Yes, absolutely.
One thing you told about the principals, which were very strict. And we often see that earlier the teachers used to be very strict with the students.
Yeah.
I mean, if I remember my school days, हम लोग काफी डरते थे. I mean, a teacher has come, then we'll sit quiet, no noise, nothing. And now when I see my kids with teacher, they are quite friendly.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see my son going with his teacher for the tough matches also.
Right.
So there is a whole transition.
Yes.
How do you see that transition? Is it for the betterment, or there should not be such transition?
So actually, it's a very fine line. The parenting is a very fine line.
Yes.
Same way, teaching is a very fine line. And teachers need to be clear that they are at the end of the day guru.
Absolutely.
इज्जत करते हैं. So ये जो term है, this is a new generation term. I'm my student's best friend. Best friend नहीं होता है.
True.
Because I will not tell, even if my mother said I'm your best friend, I will still hide a lot of things from her and go and tell my age peer.
Right.
So what is important is, I think, creating a friendly environment is the right term, I would say, where children feel relaxed and are not petrified of a teacher. Because the main thing in teaching is, most important thing, more than education, PhD, knowledge, everything is, are you able to connect with the child? So that connection ke liye, you need to create a very friendly, warm environment. So I think that's very important.
Very true. Environment plays a very important.
Very important role.
Ma'am, I heard that you have been traveling a lot.
Yes.
You are a big traveler. So travel and work, how do you balance these two things?
So, in this job where I'm the director principal, let's say, Anand Ramjayavariya School, now my traveling is a little held back because I'm handling a school with 5,000 kids. But yes, I love traveling and I wait for any opportunity to travel, because I think traveling is what helps you in growing, because you learn different cultures, you learn about different kind of environment. You learn to adjust. You learn the skills which are very important because you meet different people. How do everybody's not going to be the way you expect. So how do you adjust in that environment? So I think traveling, I would say, is education, actually.
You are someone who deals with a student every day. You have written books, you are a blog writer. More than that, you have got the experience. So as a parent, I want to ask you that what a parent should do and how a parent should talk to a kid if the kid failed in something.
So, I've been talking a lot about it and I've been writing a lot that we teach everything to the child except how to fail.
Face failure.
So, I think it's very important because failure is I would say, is a base point for success. If you haven't failed, that means you haven't tried. So, I think, and parents today are really changed. Parents have that vision ki bacha first hi aana hai. So everybody cannot come first, right? So I think today the parenting has become very overprotective. They are not letting their child go, and children have become so dependent because parents are forgetting that they won't be there always with them. So they are forgetting that we need to make children more confident to be able to handle their lives. And I think once a child is an adult, he or she, if they fail, how a parent should deal is the tone, the body language, the way you talk to them.
Absolutely.
Because sometimes 60% children give up because parents don't trust them. So I think it's very important for a parent to say, listen, it's all right if you didn't do well, but I want you to do better in life and I trust you. Because that will really motivate the child. Because there are different reasons why children fail.
Yeah.
So I think parents need to be very positive and trust their children. I feel that the word trust is lacking today.
Absolutely.
In any relationship you see. So, you need to trust your child. And it's a law of nature. We did better than our parents. Our children will do better than us. So I think we have to believe in that.
Yeah, we have to believe in the kids too.
Yeah, absolutely.
And give them the faith that we are there no matter what.
Yeah.
One more thing is there that kids are overburdened.
Mm-hmm.
There is a lot of pressure in kids. In schools, a lot of studies are there. At times, bag is also something which is a big pressure for kids.
Yeah.
So, do you think that overall growth of a kid is hampered because of this pressure?
So, with the new education policy which has come out, there are a lot of changes which are going to come.
Yeah.
And I have been associated with Finnish system, American system, taught the world over. And I think India is changing. The educators are changing, they are realizing, because, the pressure is actually self-created. The pressure is created not only by the school, I think more than that, it's by the parents.
Parents, absolutely.
Because parents have such high expectations. Mera bacha mere liye bas zero hai. So parents have to realize that, by adding those kind of thoughts in a child's mind that, and sometimes when the child is growing up, we let them live in a false fallacy actually.
Absolutely.
You are the best.
It happens.
So when the child grows up, वो सोचता मैं best हूँ, जो best से कम वो accept नहीं कर रहा है. So I think it's very important for a parent, जो ये pressure है, ये pressure cooker की तरह हम बच्चों पे डाल देते हैं. It is, I think, more from the parents. Schools do put pressure, of course, because every school wants the best result. But देखिए parents क्या करते हैं? School से बच्चा आया, they don't trust the school, so they send them to coaching classes.
It's very
And the coaching sir is never going to say that the school is teaching well because he needs to run his business.
Absolutely.
So what is important is I think the parents need to relax. The most important skill for a child is self-study. How do I prepare myself? And leave it on the school because I'm very confident that children will do well. If you see recently there was the JEE topper, he didn't even attend any coaching class. So, he was self-motivated because the parents gave him that time, gave him that, it's okay, you can do it. So I think that thing is very important. This pressure is created by so many factors. It's not just the school, heavy bags. Now, I'll give you a little example. And I stand at my gate when my children come because I love putting everybody in the school. And I think that's a great way of getting to know each child. So I have a bad habit. I check each child's bag. So this little kid, grade 2, had a very heavy bag. So I called the teacher and I was angry. I said, why is the child's bag heavy? Now when we opened, what was there in the bag? Books were only 4. Okay, as the timetable. But the parent had put 2 tiffins. Then there is one funny thing which has come here where you put a banana, there's a box like, okay, 2 water bottles. Now, the child's bag is heavy because of the parents. So I think we need to work together because parents are not realizing the heavy bag, the damage it causes to their
Back authors. Right.
and I think we keep telling parents, and I think all over the world, I would request parents, just follow don't stuff your kid with 2 tiffins because it's not even healthy.
And the time duration, one is, I think, enough.
Yeah.
The education should be Panchkosha. That is, it is complete with physical, mental, social, emotional, and spiritual development. How we can move towards this, and what parents can do. I mean, out of this 5, there might be few things which, as a parent, we can do so that the development of a kid is holistic.
Yeah.
So, what role a parent can do in this?
So I think parent again needs to relax. Parenting is very, it's changed. Like I'll give you a little example. Just last week I was interviewed by an Australian newspaper. So they said, what was the difference between parenting at your time and now?
Now.
So there's a huge difference because my mother didn't even know which class I studied, what homework I got, which teacher scolded me, what was happening in the school. So the school was doing its own job, like teaching us, educating us. At home, we were told to make a bed and put the table. So life skills were being taught, emotional empathy, all that was taught by a mother and a father, right? But today what has happened, the roles are reversed, right? I've never seen in any profession the parents are working as hard as the teacher, without getting paid for it. So what is happening is parents, the minute the child lands, the first question parent asks, instead of asking, how are you feeling, is what is your homework? And so there is so much of, they're not able to balance. So what is happening when we talk about holistic development, I think parents are putting a lot of pressure. They're forgetting their role as a parent. Usually teaching the child, like I'll give you a little story. So, if a child is going to be selected for an annual day function and he runs and he tells his mother, tomorrow is my participation and I'm very excited. So the mother is also very excited. She makes him wear the newest dress, takes him to the school, and he goes for this annual day, selection process. And he's given a role. So mother goes to pick him up, very excited, thinking my child must have got the main role. The child comes running and says, I'm very excited, mom, because all I have to do is to clap and say yeah. So the 99% mothers will not
disappointed, right?
But the child doesn't care. For a child, with that 1 minute on stage means a lot.
No, absolutely.
So I think the parenting has changed a lot. And parents need to relax a bit and focus on the life skills. Maybe ask the child when he comes back that, how was your day? Did you help someone today? Develop in him job punch kosha people, his skills would that becomes a job equally of a parent.
Absolutely. I think emotional, social, and spiritual.
Yes.
These 3 things can be taken care of as a parent.
Yes,
right.
Absolutely.
Then remember something about you. Big Bindi. Big Bindi is associated with Usha Uttam. So, are you Usha Uttam's die-hard fan, or this is your trademark too?
Usha Uttam, of course, is great, and thank you so much for comparing me to her. But I think this has been there for so many years now. It's just that I get inspired by different things. And Bindi is become my trademark because my students know me very Bindi Valley man. And I love putting it. And I think yahan pe ek wo ghani numti hai, which gives you a lot of positivity. So it started, several years back, when you started wearing suits and sarees. So everybody used to put a red bindi. I still remember, I said, wow, this looks very boring. I've been a very creative person. And I'm sure, either education or theatre, I would have done very well. So I just started putting it every day, like a wind chime can give me an inspiration. Or, a plant can give me an inspiration. So I try and make every day some different design. because I'll also get bored if I put the same thing. So I find it's like, and I don't take long. I just take 30 seconds to put it. So I think it's become part of my, it is my trademark.
Being an educationist and switching from education to administration, which role you are more close to?
I'm closest to children. I just love children. I'll always like to be surrounded because I love that aha moment you get when a child is first time able to say something. And I love motivating children because I think they need somebody to believe in them, and I always do that. I don't think so in my life. Even my own 2 kids, I never, once I think I got angry, but I never slapped them or hit them. And the same with my own students. I try and explain and understand. So I think for me, whether it's education, administration, whatever it is, I'm surrounded by kids and this is my life. If you were to ask me, what would you like to do in your next life? I want to be a teacher again. Because art is teaching.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that time will be clear that I want to be a teacher. मैम, how do you find इंदौर? I mean, अभी आपको थोड़ा समय ही हुआ है आके, तो कैसा लगा आपको इंदौर?
बहुत अच्छा लगा. I'm dying to eat food because I've heard इंदौर में खाना बहुत अच्छा.
We all are foodies at Indore.
So I was told that in Delhi, and I mean, whatever I have had, I mean, the cleanest city. So I think it's beautiful, and I really want to thank you because it's my first trip to Indore, and I'm just loving it.
Okay. We are privileged that you have come for the first time, and for us you have come.
Thank you so much.
You are just here for anime conclave. I mean, how do you find, the idea of the conclave? Having a conclave exclusively for female, being run by female, attended by female, and female guests which are talking in this. So, आपको कैसा लग रहा है ये?
I think it's बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है because I think women need to be empowered. And I think it's a great move because kahin na nahin, if you go for a meeting, if you go for a conference, you find 10 men there and 2 women.
Yeah.
So I think things need to change because women are very strong. They not only bear kids, not only look after them, look after their homes and also handle the workspace. And I think we are excellent in multitasking.
Right.
So I'm really happy and I want to congratulate you for holding this because I think it's a great move. When you sent the invite, I was really touched by the women content, which was something.
Women leadership conclave.
Yeah, it was very exciting. It was very exciting. Thank you.
One message for us as a part of management also and as a teacher also. So we as a parent and as a business people, what message you would like to give?
See, I give only one message. Live for the day. Stay happy. Because I think you don't know what life has in store. So I think in a day, at the end of the day, one must count one's blessing and at least help one person or put a smile in one person's face. So I think the world will be a better place and I really believe in it very strongly.
This is really a great thought. If you can put one smile each on one face, the world will be full of smile.
Yes.
So muskuraiye and thank you.
Thank you so much.